my god, I'm getting the shivers.
Classic parkour.
There we go. That's what I'm talking about.
This game will be remembered forever.
I think it's going to be one of my favorite Assassin's Creed ever.
Assassin Creed Mirage just got a huge update.
You will have to find your way when nothing is as it seems.
Hello everyone, I'm Miranda, Community Manager on Assassin's Creed, and we are here at Ubisoft Bordeaux to celebrate the 2nd anniversary of Assassin's Creed Mirage. The past 2 years have been spent bringing the game to more people on more platforms, and today we're giving you exactly what so many have been asking for: new content. In today's show, we are going to introduce you to Valley of Memory, the free story expansion to Assassin's Creed Mirage launching in November. Developed by Ubisoft Bordeaux and Ubisoft Paris, Valley of Memory takes place in an entirely new setting and brings a new story, gameplay mechanics, and updates that make Assassin's Creed Mirage better than ever. Here's an overview of what Valley of Memory has to offer.
The Mirage team has a surprise for the players, a new storyline and setting coming for free. Basim's adventure is not over. With Assassin's Creed Mirage, we initially set out to celebrate the roots of the franchise. As fans ourselves, we wanted this game to be a love letter to Assassin's Creed and to our fans. Following its release in 2023, the overwhelming positive reception inspired us to continuously enhance the game with post-launch updates, including new features and expanded platform availability for PS5 Pro, Steam, and iOS. As we celebrate the 2 years anniversary of Mirage, we want to go even further with a brand new adventure and numerous gameplay improvements. And we are thrilled to offer this exciting new content to all Mirage players for free.
When developing a game, we explore countless ideas and iterations for the settings in which the story takes place. For Mirage, we ultimately chose 9th century Baghdad as the backdrop. But from the start, we had other fascinating locations in mind for Basim's journey. To celebrate the game's 2-year anniversary, Ubisoft Bordeaux and Ubisoft Paris teamed up to bring one of these exciting settings to life with an entirely new storyline to discover.
This free new arc is an important part of Basim's coming-of-age story.
There was one aspect of Basim's past that we wish we could have explored further in the main game: his link with his long-lost father, Ishaq. This new story arc is called Valley of Memory, because Basim is exploring this new setting in search for answers about his past.
It is a meaningful chapter in Basim's story, unfolding just before the final events of Mirage. It offers players a deeper understanding of why he chose the path that ultimately defines him.
This storyline takes place in a location loaded with history and echoes of the past, the Valley of AlUla. Our approach to creating this new world had to be anchored in archaeological reality, so we've worked with internal and external experts to ensure faithful inspiration.
AlUla is one of the major heritage sites in the Arabian Peninsula, which is a valley of exceptional archaeological remains that span from the prehistory until our days. AlUla as well is one of the main hubs in the Enhancements road that starts from the south of the Arabian Peninsula until the north of it. It's been home of ancient Arab kingdoms such as Kingdom of Dadan, Kingdom of Lahyan, and the Nabatean kingdom that moves from Petra to Hegra around the 1st century BCE. AlUla also is the home of World Heritage Site in the UNESCO. Hegra is the first site inscribed in the list of the UNESCO, and Jabal Ikma has been added to the World Memory Program.
What makes AlUla particularly fascinating is that by the 9th century, the period in which the game is set, Hegra, Dedan, Jabal Ikma had all borne more than 1,000 years of history.
The main challenge is to restore the place as it could have been in the 9th century, a flourishing civilization on one side and an ancient wilderness on the other. Just like Golden Age Baghdad, most documentation of this incredibly rich setting was lost to time. And as always, with this Assassin's Creed brand, we want to make sure the setting and the period shine. The recreation process is unique, as it is both an artistic and an historical endeavor.
This research work is reflected in the history of AlUla entries, where the players can collect and read during their adventure. We hope that they will encourage the players to discover more about the fascinating history and the tangible heritage of AlUla.
Each region from Valley of Memory has its own flavor. We can find an urban area in the south region with the old town of AlUla, overlooked by the ancient Musa ibn Nusayr fort. The town is dense, with its busy streets, its mosque, and of course, its spice market. And very close to the city lies the valley's oasis, a luxurious area full of life and rich with canals used to develop agriculture in the region.
The character's journey from Baghdad to AlUla was very logic, especially when we consider that AlUla was one of the main hubs of the Incense Road and the crossroad of many civilizations from south of Arabian Peninsula to the north of it. So oases like AlUla was always welcoming people.
These routes serve multiple purposes, including commercial, communication, religious, and military. AlUla was a bustling hub of activity and exchange, evidenced by the diversity of archaeological remains uncovered here.
This wealth attracts robbers within the city itself, but also in a wider region. The farther you travel from the oasis, the greater the risk of ambush.
The Incense Road goes entirely through the south to the north of AlUla, where we can find the most iconic and the most dangerous area of our setting. There, you will discover the stunning necropolises of Hegra, a burial site with over 100 rock-cut tombs and chambers. But the northern area is not limited to tombs. The valley is filled with unique rock formation to climb, a dream for all parkour amateurs. Of course, these rocky canyons also provide a perfect playground for robbers and wild fauna to attack you.
We have taken extra care to recreate the most iconic landmarks faithfully, while still providing some fun gameplay.
We challenge ourselves to make this world a new and exciting playground for Assassin's Creed players. We really embraced the specificity of the AlUla region. So it's not only focusing on an urban setting, but also taking into account all of the wilderness this land has to offer and putting it at the core of the gameplay experience.
It's more than a new setting. We're refreshing the most appreciated mechanics of Mirage. We're bringing new twists to the core facets of the Assassin's playstyle: stealth, parkour, and assassination. Because exploring this new location won't be that easy. Even if Basim is just looking for his father, he'll get in the way of this gang of robbers terrorizing the region, especially the fearless leader, Abbas. There's also many new surprises and side activities, new contracts, missions, and parkour challenges. You can even play the Oud in AlUla.
We are dedicated to making sure that every part of what made Mirage special is represented in this new free content, from the main story to the unique setting and side activities. There is more than 6 hours of gameplay, but we haven't stopped there.
In addition to this adventure, Mirage will benefit from a massive free update for both Baghdad and this new location. We're opening the possibility to replay the main missions of Basim's story with associated new rewards, alongside improved parkour mechanics that offer new moves like a free jump, as well as new tools upgrades, and brand new visual filters paying tribute to previous AC games like Origins or Odyssey. It's without doubt the perfect time to replay Mirage.
The game has always been a celebration of the franchise for the fans. And this is our way of taking a final bow and saying one big thank you to all Assassin's Creed Mirage fans.
We just got a look at what Valley of Memory has to offer, including a new region of AlUla. I am now joined by Creative Director Olivier and also Associate Game Director Benjamin. So, why did you want to tell this story of Basim searching for his father?
Mirage is a story about, coming of age, and this part of the story actually brings a specific closure for Basim concerning his dad. You know, it's a story about reconciliation, it's the story about acceptance as well, and definitely closure.
And can you tell us about the locations and landmarks that we can expect to see?
Well, this new location brings a lot of variety in terms of environment compared to what players have been experiencing in Baghdad. So we kind of broke down the playable area into two parts. The north, which we call the Land of the Dead, where we're going to find all the Nabatean necropolis. You know, Egra occupies most of this part of the map. The south is where we're actually concentrating most of the human activity. You have the town, you have the really big oasis with a lot of agriculture, and of course you have this caravan driver camp where you're going to land if you travel to AlUla. You have to know that AlUla is actually right in the middle of the incense road that would run from the Arabian Peninsula to the Mediterranean Sea, you know, carrying incense to Europe. So there's a lot of activity here, and anyone traveling to AlUla would bring with them goods that they would trade with the local population. So it created wealth, it created a lot of activity, and that's why we wanted to send Basim there.
Can you show us some specific landmarks?
Well, we definitely can. I mean, the first one that comes to mind is Elephant Rock. That's a beautiful natural landmark. There's also Al-Farid Tomb, which is a very isolated tomb part of the Egra necropolis. But I mean, there's so many of them in the area that it would take way too much time to actually, you know, showcase them all.
And you're also adding a ton more gameplay elements as well. Can you talk about some of Basim's new skills, new abilities?
One feature that was really appreciated by the community is the building aspect of Basim. Not exactly Basim, but more the tools. We've got upgrades, level 1, 2, 3, different options, different choices to make in this building. Today we're coming with a new skill, allowing you to equip all the different comfort upgrade, level 1 upgrades at the same time. And we're coming with a new level 3 upgrade for all the different tools, which give you more options to use the different afflictions offered by the tool, and basically more control. You can build your own play style out of those tools and embrace the way you want to play with them.
Mirage introduced new parkour elements like the pole vault, and my returning favourite, the corner swings. Is Valley of Memory expanding on that?
Well, yes, we know that you know, Baghdad was a fantastic playground for parkour lovers, and we wanted to provide the same quality level in terms of experience with the parkour. Here in AlUla, we have an extra challenge, which is we have less urban environment, we have a lot more wilderness, and also a lot of rocks. So we had to adapt this type of gameplay to the new environment. So we redesigned some level design ingredients to rock cliffs and to a more natural type of environment.
Yeah, and on top of that, we worked the parkour as a whole. One of the most requested features was the manual jump, so we worked on that. But that's not the only feature we worked on. So indeed, manual jump, you can toggle the feature on you know, from the options. And basically, you can jump almost whenever or wherever you want. From the ground, as you can see here, you can gain verticality, you can gain height without having to climb, which is super cool in terms of freedom. For the navigation, and you can also take shortcuts. I can really take a new path or take them faster than it was possible before. The second thing is about the ejects. Post-launch, a couple of months after the release of the original game, we came with the side and back ejects, allowing Basim to eject sideways or backwards, but only if there was a nearby hanging point. It was the guided version, as we call it. With Valley of Memory, we are coming with a new version, the free version, so you can still eject the same way, but if there is no hanging point nearby, you can still eject, and you can do stylish moves like a roll on the shoulder, etc., you know, assassin things. While we were working on those parkour elements, we thought about the inputs, and we came up with the idea of a new control scheme. So we are bringing presets now. You can go to the option menus, and you can, in the control tab, select your preset. You can whether play with the Mirage launch control scheme, or you can switch to the modern one, which basically the main change is the fact that you have the parkour button on the right trigger, allowing your right thumb to control the camera. So control the camera plus navigation, it's an undeniable comfort. And obviously, as usual, you can remap almost all the different functionalities of the game the way you want.
And these are changeable at any point in the game?
Yeah, exactly. It's not a definitive choice. When you will turn the free jump on, you can suggest to switch to the new preset because we think it's a bit more comfortable in terms of parkour. But if you decline or if you accept, you can always go back to your former preset anytime.
Basim is more capable than ever, so does that mean he's going to face more of a challenge?
Well, quite early in the quest, we introduced a new faction called the Robbers. They're here attracted by the wealth, brought by the traders. So they start stealing from the local population, for the caravan drivers as well. They're obviously going to be, a tougher enemy for Basim.
Those robbers, they are not of the honorable type, They're more sneaky, so you should stay alert. You might be surprised in the desert.
So I've got to know, one of my favourite parts of Mirage was the black box missions. Are they making a return?
So we definitely have black boxes, of course, because we know that's something that players liked a lot. We offer from the beginning of the mission the opportunities for players to actually perform, their action the way they want to do it. But we have also like a little twist in one of them. So I don't want to spoil anything, but players are going to be discovering what we can do with the black box.
The community has been asking about replayable missions. Is that finally coming?
So we are coming with what we call the animus sequences. Once you complete a black box for the first time or a contract for the first time, you make them replayable right away. But that's not it. We couldn't stop there. We are also bringing challenges. Do not use the eagle vision, do not be detected, do not kill anyone but your main target. All those stuff are supposed to be there to make you play a bit differently, or at least pay more attention to the details, to the patrol path, to the way the enemies are moving around, the type of enemies, how you could be detected, etc. And if you succeed in complete those challenges, you will be rewarded. We are bringing new weapons, we are bringing a new outfit, we are also bringing what we call the animus mods, which will allow players to bend a bit the game's rules.
Yeah, and we thought that would be a really interesting feature for returning players, as you can definitely replay contracts and main missions in Baghdad.
What other gameplay and quality of life improvements is Value of Memory bringing to the entire game?
Well, that's true that just after Mirage launched, we released new modes. The first one was New Game Plus, and right after we released the full synchronization mode, aka permadeath.
And now with Valley of Memory, we're coming with, as we said, a lot of parkour updates, the manual jump, the free ejects, the new presets, the replayability as well, the animus sequences. And we're also coming with 2 new difficulties. The original game had kind of an easy, medium and hard modes. Now we have a new medium plus difficulty and a very hard. And that's not it, actually. You can build your own à la carte difficulty, à la carte experience, by tweaking yourself the parameter. As you can see here, you have a dedicated step in the new game flow, and you can also tweak all of those parameters from a dedicated menu in the options. The idea is that we remain as flexible as possible with the player experience.
Is there anything else you want to tell players about Valley of Memory?
Well, beyond the main quest of finding Basim father, there's a wealth of additional activities. The same activities you would find in Baghdad. The contracts are returning, the events are there as well. We have new features such as folk tales, which tells a little bit more about the local culture. We have stolen goods, which is an activity that relates to the presence of the robber faction as well. So there's a lot to explore in this world, and it's quite a chunky update to what Mirage was.
And we were talking about challenges earlier. What is a challenge you want to give our players?
We have this time attack challenge requiring you to complete all of the challenges under a specific time. Maybe completing the challenges with all those difficulty parameters to their maximum could be something really fun to see. And by the way, please, players, continue to amaze us with those insane, crazy skill videos of yours. It's like we see that you're making the gameplay your own, and it's a real pleasure to see.
There you go, you've got your challenge, and I can't wait to see who completes it first. Valley of Memory is adding a ton of new gameplay additions to Assassin's Creed Mirage, but don't just take our word for it. Last month, we invited some of our biggest Assassin's Creed fans to our studio here in Bordeaux. Here's what they had to say.
For me, it's this historical aspect about this region of AlUla. I can't wait to explore this new region with Basim.
To be honest, what surprised me most was how in-depth we're actually going to go into Basim's story with his father. I'm happily surprised that we're actually going to learn about that.
Being a father, it's a kind of love that you just can't experience anywhere else. Having that type of connection with someone that you can explore and visit and learn about them, it's going to be a whole kind of new adventure.
Other than the story, obviously, I really like the anima sequences. It's a feature that fans have been asking for ages now, that there's now a purpose to go back and replay them.
It's really cool that the team's implemented like challenges. Gets me to play it in a way that I wouldn't have normally played. Saw quite a lot of rewards on that scroll, which looks good.
Being able to tweak the difficulty, the damage, it's great.
I cannot wait to explore the tombs of AlUla and the amount of research that the devs have done for it. So excited to be immersed in that environment.
Someone who hasn't played it is going to get the full vision that the studio's intended from start to finish now. So if you haven't played it, I think now would be the time.
Valley of Memory launches on November 18th and is a completely free update for Assassin's Creed Mirage. So whether you're already a master assassin or visiting Baghdad for the first time, this is now the most complete way to play Assassin's Creed Mirage. Thank you so much for watching.